Hello and welcome. It's a beautiful day for the beautiful game as United States of America defend their crown, while Australia will be wanting to be victorious after their defeat in 2022. I'm delighted to say that I'm Jude Aston and I'll be taking you through this final coverage of the IFCPF Women's World Cup here in Sellout. It's final day and it's the final game between United States of America and Australia, and I'm delighted to say, alongside me, taking me through this, is Oliver Walker-Peel. Oliver, it will be a momentous game, and we are looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should absolutely be. Australia looking for their first ever Football World Cup at any level, which is something that, if this team was to be able to do it, that would be a feather in their cap forever. Of course, the United States of America have had success across so many disciplines previously, including this one, winning this tournament 2 years ago, so there is so much on the line. There's nothing better than a World Cup final, Jude, and it's an honour to be here alongside you broadcasting it.
Absolutely.
Buenas tardes y saludos cordiales. Ha llegado el momento de la verdad, la gran final, la final que todos deseábamos, la final que todo el mundo quería ver, que querían jugar, que querían ver esas aficiones que tengo aquí detrás mío, que por cierto vamos a saludarlas, van a ver cómo ruge el estadio. ¡Hola, Camón! ¡Arriba! Son auténticos cracks, como animan, saben que es una final, saben que hoy es un día especial, por eso nos hemos puesto tan guapos, porque hoy es la final del Campeonato del Mundo Femenino de PC y lo vamos a vivir de aquí en menos ya de 10 minutos, rodará el esférico en este tapete verde. A mi derecha, Estados Unidos, una selección que quiere campeonar, una selección que juega de maravilla y no lo va a tener fácil. A mi izquierda, Australia, esa selección que ha venido también para recoger el cetro de campeonas del mundo. Así, si me dicen a mí quién va a ganar, ahora mismo no lo sé. El partido seguro que va a estar muy disputado, buena climatología, hoy acompaña el sol, no corre ni una gota de aire, así que todo está ya preparado, listo y dispuesto para vivir una de las mejores finales que se pueden vivir en fútbol PC. Y sin más dilación, ahora sí, damos paso a las auténticas protagonistas. ¡Que pasen las elecciones!
And they're in the best possible position to be able to do it. It's left with these players as they make their way out.
Absolutely. It's Caitlin Smith that leads out the ParaMatildas, while Cass Dilleek leads out United States of America. We will now hear both nations' national anthems. So, as both nations' national anthems have been heard, the players will now greet one another as we take you through today's lineups for this momentous occasion. Starting with Australia. In goal, number 6, and your captain, Caitlin Smith. Number 3, Talia Blanchard. Number 7, Eloise Northam. Number 10, Georgia Bykoff. And number 8, Anne-Marie Diarate. As for United States of America, it's Cassidy Leak, your captain. Leah Glazer in goal. Number 12, Jesslyn Kuhnel. Number 10, Katerina Gimarish. Number 7, and Kai Spencer, number 8. As both teams get the final instruction from their coaching staff, as Cassidy Leak and Caitlin Smith exchange words from the referees. As the referees for today's encounter speak to both captains. It's just the final words.
Just on that officiating team, it's Xu Tingyang, our referee from Chinese Taipei. Daniel Wong is her assistant from Singapore. And our other official is Dario Martinez of Argentina.
So, the final preparations have been done. Both teams receive final word from their coaches. It's now down to the football on the pitch. And it's United States of America defending their World Cup in this IFCPF Women's World Cup, as Australia will want to get a better result than they did in the 2022 final. It's me, Jude Aston, alongside Oliver Walker-Peel, taking you through this momentous occasion. As we await the referee's confirmation, it will be Jesslyn Kuhnel of the United States of America that gets us underway. Just listen to that Australia support. Fans here, plenty in number, Ollie. As the referee gets us underway in this World Cup final, as Cassidy Leak goes forward. First shot of the game goes to the United States of America from Leak. We've seen her do that many times in this tournament, and she starts the game the way she always has done in this tournament, Leak. It will be Northam with the long throw-in towards Leak. Spencer to Leak. Kuhnel through on goal. First opportunity of the game goes to USA. Jesslyn Kuhnel found herself through on goal. Too much height on that, and it was over the bar.
As Talia Blanchard really down, and they're all good to continue. Jesslyn Kuhnel scored twice against Australia in the previous Women's World Cup final, so she knows what it's like to score in World Cup finals, and there's not too many players that can say that. It's been an incredible player for the United States of America in a short history for the nation in this team, but she is a super player and one to watch.
Absolutely is. Spencer goes forward now. Shot towards goal. Smith not troubled, as Northam can now pick up the ball. Ball goes out of play. Will be Kai Spencer with the roll in as Leek now picks up the ball. Battles nicely with pressure from Diarate. A roar of support there from Australia.
It'll be Eloise Northam to bring this in from the side for Australia. Looks towards Bykoff, who wins a header down for Blanchard. A second opportunity is that ricochet through to Australia's number 3. Player of the match in the Asia Oceania Championships final, so knows what it's like to play well in big games. Needs to translate the regional form to this one. As Bykoff steps in, shoots and forces an early save out of Leah Glazer. Ball out of play for a ball in for the Australian team to try and do something with. And you just sense that support that you mentioned earlier, Jude, will be riding every single green and gold kick of the football.
Absolutely, as Northam now looks to take a long throw in towards Diarate, but it's met by the head of Leek. It's Spencer now who will take this roll in. Spencer, who is from Seattle, looks to go forward, change of speed. Jesslyn Kuhn now finds herself on goal. Got Gimiraj in support, but it's Smith that makes a comfortable save.
She had to make herself known there, Caitlin Smith, because Guimarães was unmarked and would have had a tap in if not. So Australia look to build here.
Blanchard. As Leek wings it back and now can drive forward into the space. Into the box, Leek goes. The shot from Leek! And Cassie Leek opens the scoring. United States of America are a goal ahead in this tournament. Leek, the captain, found herself in space, manages to drive forward. And it's Leek that opens the scoring. The captain for USA. It's United States of America 1, Australia 0. And Australia have to reset in the opening 4 minutes of this game. USA chants the support of United States of America.
Great finish from Leek. You sense that she might be the difference in this game, and there's still a long way to go in it, but it's a great start as the ball is over for Durati, looking for a response. That's blocked. Was there a foul in there? There was, and Cassie Leek, shortly after putting the USA in front, gives away the free kick, and Australia will be a chance from this.
Absolutely. Good defensive work there from Gimiraj to stop that attack, but it will be a free kick as Smith will take this opportunity. Smith can shoot from range.
And we've seen her score from these opportunities already in this World Cup. She's already scored from a free kick, and we'll have to see if she does so again to play a US wall as Smith strikes and hits the wall. Bykoff towards goal, and well saved by Glazer.
Absolutely, as Gimarães can go forward now. Kuhn's support, will he go to Spencer? And Spencer scores once again! Kai Spencer doubles the lead for United States of America as it's 2-0 inside the opening stage of this game. Kai Spencer had so much confidence as the attack was started. Drove into the space and drove into the box. And Spencer scores confidently. USA 2, Australia 0.
And, of course, when you're playing in a World Cup final, you have to get out of the blocks quickly. And Australia haven't done it. A foul throw. And Australia, they need everything to go their way at the moment, whether it be the crowd, whether it be a lucky bounce. They've got so many things that could go their way that currently aren't. The United States of America have started wonderfully as Northern will throw in towards Bykoff, who controlled well. Spencer stepping back in and receiving from Leek. The USA building out from the back. Guimarães, she's making her way forward, and the ball over to the left was too long for Kaya Spencer. And that's out of play for an Australia ball in, who need, as I say, it's just to get something to work. They've not started well at all. Given straight to Spencer, who will try and drive at Northern. She was equal to it and prodded it out of play for a USA ball in.
Spencer to Leek, as Leek tries to put the ball in the direction of goal, but it's wide. And you mentioned there, Ollie, around Australia trying to get out quickly. Intensity hasn't quite been there, as USA have been very good. But what should Australia be looking to do in these moments as they find themselves 2-0 down?
Well, they'll need to be doing things like this as Bykoff looks back for Duriarty on the Australia left. Blanchard square, and there's nobody for Anne-Marie Duriarty to go to, Jude. Got the ball out wide on the left, and we've sung her praises all tournament, but she needs a ball out of the congestion. She needs to find somebody in the middle, and there needs to be somebody there giving an option to her. She was running down a cul-de-sac there and had no one to go to. And in the end, that was the downfall of that move forward. As the corner goes all the way back to Caitlin Smith. Rolls forward for Bykoff. And over for Talia Blanchard. As the US will bring it away. Kunel. The ball got stuck underneath her feet. Was it a bobble on the pitch, or was it just unlucky control? If she'd got it into a path, she would have been through on goal and one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Northern did well to get back there and put Kunal under pressure, as it will be a roll-in for Australia, as Bykoff goes forward towards Diarate. It's Blanchard now. Leek commits a foul, says the referee, and it will be a free kick for Australia. You get the sense that these are the type of opportunities that Australia need to take as Smith comes forward to take the free kick. As Ollie mentioned previously, Smith is capable of scoring from these positions and will be looking to do this from this set piece. As Bykoff is close to Smith, as well as Diarate towards the back post. Smith goes long, wide of the post. You get the sense, Ollie, that if Australia are going to be successful in these opening stages in the first half, set pieces might be an option from the way the game is going so far.
And absolutely, particularly when you've got Caitlin Smith taking them, who is wonderful over a free kick. That one was well wide, but she does have a good free kick in her arsenal.
The ball goes.
That's another foul throw against Spencer. You've got to roll it in, and there was a bounce of the ball there, which isn't the correct way to do it. You've got to roll it in. Watch Eloise Northam here. I mean, there was a bit of a bounce there, but that one is okay. But you've got to try and roll it along the floor as well as possible, as Bykoff receives in the middle, loses it to Spencer. Guimarães trying to pick up the loose ball, but Bykoff got something on it as Spencer rolls back for Cassidy Leek. Brushes off Duriarty and then left it behind. As it's over for Guimarães, who was at the 2024 Paralympic Games. So over for Spencer on the left. Kunel at the byline. What a save by Caitlin Smith, who's able to smother and cover. Great stop from Caitlin Smith, and that one keeping Australia in the game.
Absolutely. A bit of confidence there and a bit of calmness at the same time from Smith as Smith goes long. Smith has scored from her own goal, as well as having many opportunities this game from set pieces. As Guimarães now has the ball for USA. Jesslyn Kunal, one-on-one, but Northam gets back to put the pressure and Smith picks up nicely. Smith to Northam. Diarate. Blocked nicely by Guimarães. Good pressing work there. So, it will be Northam with the roll in. Towards Bykoff, but it's Diarate that gets there first. As Leek does well and ensures that Bykoff doesn't get a touch on that ball. It will be a foul. It will be a USA free kick as Bykoff gets caught up there in a foul. Leek, who is the assistant coach for the women's team at Salford Rams, puts the ball in, but it's won back. As Bykov can now go forward, but she's brought down, or goes down. As Lee can now go forward once again. It's Spencer. Kunal in support. And that was a chance. Kunal there, as she has done many times this game. But it's Smith that picks it up. And the mistake there from Smith meant that Kunal had an opportunity, but it's covered just about by Smith.
And that's what they can't afford, Jude. You look at the mistakes that Australia are making in some of those areas early. They're 2-0 down as it stands, and if they keep giving the ball away in presentable areas like that, it could get worse. So they need to be tidy on the ball. You're asking me before what Australia need to do. They need to keep the ball. If they give the ball there to the likes of Grimares and Kunal and Spencer, the attacking talents that the United States of America have got, they will punish Australia, and this game will be over soon enough if they're not careful.
Sometimes when a team has been in this position before, they can use that experience as a positive. In the opening stages of this game so far, Australia don't seem to have taken that opportunity and have been under pressure successfully by USA. They've worked very well, USA, moving the ball very quickly, utilising Kunal and Gimares to get the ball forward. And Blanchard goes now, but just behind the net. That's a nice little work and the right idea there from Australia through Blanchard, and more of that will be needed if Australia are to be successful here. As Glazer to Leek. Leek goes long. Plenty of confidence there from Leek, the captain, but wide over the bar.
Yeah, and Cassidy Leek again is someone that we've seen score from range. That was a bit audacious. You've got to try and work Australia down. Caitlin Smith's a very capable goalkeeper that if you're shooting from a long way out, they'll let you have that. They're going to try and force you to force Smith into a good save, as Glazer wasn't forced into a good save there. It was rather tame from Blanchard.
Gimares can go forward now. Kunal in support. Gimares wins the ball. Kunal takes a shot, but just couldn't quite get the right connection with that ball. As it goes out towards Northam. Kunal still pressing though. Real opportunity there for Kunal, and she's found herself many a times in this game so far in that position. Just couldn't quite get the right connection on the ball.
So 2-0 for the United States of America, as Northam working with Caitlin Smith, who's Northam scored 5 in 5 against the respective teams that were here in 2022. Scored 1 against the US in the final 2 years ago and 1 against the US earlier in this tournament. So it's an experience in scoring against Tricia Talafero's charges. As Smith, who's given it away. Guimares outside of the foot. And Smith atones for her error. Australia lackadaisical in possession at the back. And it is one of a few reasons why they are currently losing this game. It's something that Kelly Sturton and co are going to have to fix up, because if it continues like this, it's going to stay one-sided.
If Australia try and use the width, Ollie, I feel like that will be a really good avenue for them. And Smith goes long here, and Australia are back in the game. Smith goes from a goal, and he goes all the way in. That's the quality of Caitlin Smith, and that's the quality of this Australia team. As it's Australia 1, USA 2, and Australia find themselves back in the game. Wonderful strike, wonderful goal, and we are back in this game for Australia.
Yeah, that's a horrible bounce for Leah Glazer, as Bykov will go from distance. Yeah, Leah Glazer completely misjudged that. That was a hit and hope kind of effort from Caitlin Smith, I reckon, trying to get the ball forward, and luckily enough for her it works as Spencer moves forward for the USA, shoots and sees it charged down by Eloise Northam. And those Australia fans have got a bit to shout about now. We'll see them get more involved after that goal now, I'm sure.
You talk about the fans getting more involved. I think it'll be an opportunity for Australia to get more involved in this game for sure, as Smith gets a goal and gives Australia the opportunity to be in with a chance still. Plenty of time still in this game, as Smith now has the ball, the captain. Bykoff, ParaMatildas' top goal scorer of course, but it is rolled out as Spencer takes a long throw. That chance from Smith would have caught USA off guard. So they'll have to be alert, won't they, Ollie, if they want to remain in this game.
Well, they're in front, so they are well in this game regardless of the goal, but remaining alert is always a good way to do things, particularly in a final, as Duriati wins it back high, shoots, and Glazer made the save. Was straight at Leah Glazer, so it's one you expect her to make, but make it she did, and forward go the US. Down their right-hand side, Guimarães able to keep it, Northern prodded away. Cassidy Leak first time, and off the leg of Northern and away. And all it takes is one split second for a chance to present itself. Guimarães did not have long with the ball at her feet. And still, that one will hurt for Eloise Northern. We'll see another foul throw. Kai Spencer's a young player, that's for sure, but it's baffling to see foul throws at this stage of the tournament in a World Cup final. Seen 3 of them already in this first half, which I can't think of any previous time I've seen 3 foul throws in the first half of any World Cup final, as Northern goes long, shouts for handball, and the penalty! Penalty for Australia, and a chance to draw level. And guess who is coming forward to take this? Caitlin Smith for Australia to restore parity and to bring this game back level. When they need their captain most. Caitlin Smith. Only Glazer now to beat. A hush falls over Salau. Smith. Oh, misses! And now it's the rush back. Off the upright and away. She tried to blast it, and the opportunity goes.
Too much power there from Caitlin Smith as she hits the bar. As Smith now has to reset and get back to a goal, but a let off there for USA. As Glazer can now pick up the ball. A real opportunity, and opportunities that don't come very often. And when you do get the opportunity in a World Cup final, such as Cassidy Leak, long range shot there. But it's a good save by Smith. Smith showing her capabilities in goal there as she puts that penalty miss behind her. So it's Guimarães who's told to stop by the referee.
That's inventive from the Irish contingent. I love that. Come on, you girls, and gold is the chant. That is quite inventive.
Guimarães puts the ball in, but it's out to play. So it will be Spencer that takes this roll in. Long ball, but it's confidently caught by Smith. As Smith now go long, but it's met by Cassidy Leak. As Leak towards Guimarães, won back by Bykoff, but Guimarães wins it back again. Bykoff to Northern. Deflected, and will be a long throw. There's Bykoff. Booted away from USA. As it goes in the direction of Smith. As the USA substitutes come and warm up alongside us, Ollie. The strength in bench. We saw yesterday how important that strength in bench is, and as we currently are Australia 1, USA 2, USA might utilise that bench later on in the game.
You'd think so. Plenty of players for them to look to as Guimaraes sees that out of play with Bykov sliding in. There's plenty of attacking talents for the US. Annie Wickett and Michelle Cross with Joey Martin, Isabella Stankunas and Rebecca Ostrander all on the bench for the US as that's thrown central. Heavy touch from Kaya Spencer. And Smith gets Australia away. Durati over on the right, and it was well covered by Cassidy Leak. Captain Cassidy over to deal with that. Be an Australia ball in from the side with Blanchard. Goes for Emery Durati. And the effort off the side netting and away. Closer than maybe Leah Glazer would have wanted, but she would have had that one covered.
Yeah, and as Leah Glazer looks to take this goal kick. She has played outfield in this tournament, Glazer, but today she's in goal. As Guimaraes has the ball. Leak, the captain. Battling from Australia. Well, it will be a roll in for Guimaraes of USA as Guimaraes goes long towards Spencer. Guimaraes just couldn't quite get to the ball there as it does roll out. Leak from range. Well, it's picked up by Bykov, and Bykov opts to the safety option. There's Guimaraes. Spencer. Blocked by Blanchard. As Diarate chases the ball, but it's Leak that gets there first.
Northern, the ball in from the side here. Looks short for Bykov. One has stayed in, has it? All the USA players stopped. Durati went on, and that is why you play to the whistle. There'll be a word between Shu Ting Yang and Cassidy Leak. There's appeals from the United States of America bench saying that the whole ball was over the line. Referee disagreed. Northam in towards the middle. Northam tried to step back in. Blanchard first time. That one wide and out for a throw. As we'll turn eyes to Dario Rojas in a moment. Our official with board in hand, who will tell us how many minutes we're going to see at the end of the first 25 as Guimaraes moves in field. On halfway, then gave it away. 1 minute of added time as Bykov will look from distance and she'll send it wide. Australia with chances. Have only taken one and they spurned a glorious one from the spot. But they are creating enough to keep Kelly Sturton happy. She'll just want them to be taken in the second half.
Yeah, I think Kelly Sturton will be encouraged by the latter stage of this first half by Australia. Of course, we'll be disappointed that Smith couldn't convert that penalty, but Northam goes forward. I think there's still plenty of opportunities for Australia, and the fact that Australia are having the chances, Stryton will be pleased with that, as Smith now has the ball. Smith will go long, but too much pace, and the referee blows the half-time whistle. It's Australia 1, USA 2 at the Salao Football Complex in this IFCPF Women's World Cup. Goals from Cassidy Leak and Kai Spencer for USA. Meanwhile, Caitlin Smith scored directly from a goal. Means that we are Australia 1, USA 2, and we'll be back for your second half coverage shortly.
asistir ya al segundo tiempo entre estos dos magníficos equipos. Recordamos que estamos en la final, por eso nos hemos puesto guapos. Por eso me he puesto la chaqueta que tiene la solapa un poquito más ancha. Solo por esto. Si no me hubiese puesto la estrecha. Porque es una final. 2-1 a favor del equipo de Estados Unidos. Madre mía, no se muevan, no se muevan. Con chaqueta o sí, sigan ustedes viendo. Porque sigue la gran final del fútbol femenino desde aquí. Desde Salou, esto es un campeonato del mundo.
Thoughts on that substitution, Ollie?
Yeah, Annie Wickett is a super player, but it's an interesting one to see Cassidy Leak taken off. Of course, both of them are FT3s, so you can't have them both on at the same time as we get this one underway. You can only have one FT3 player on if you're new to CP football, and they're both classified with that, so an interesting change.
As Bykov chases the ball in the first moments of this half. Wicket to Spencer. So it will be Spencer that takes the roll in. As the ball goes across to Guimaraes. It's one back as Bykov can now drive forward using her acceleration. Bykov with a shot, was proud away by Glazer.
Yeah, I wonder if Australia are going to try and use that tactic now and try and shoot from range. And by range, I don't mean Caitlin Smith from her own goal line range, but I wonder if they're going to try and get it up towards the edge of the box and try and test Glazer that way as it's thrown in long. Headed by Wickett, and Spencer will pick the ball up here. Across the face of goal is always an interesting way to go about things there, but that one was never really going to cause any problems in terms of giving the ball away to an Australian player, but it's presented to them with a ball in from the side, which Bykov will throw long towards Northern and Duriarty. As it's laid off from Northern and just over the top from Georgia Bykov. Australia close to a leveller.
Opportunity there as Glazer now picks up the ball. Wicket to Guimaraes. Spencer. As USA retain possession. Ball goes in. It's saved by the foot of Smith. It'll be Spencer that takes the corner. Kai Spencer has had an excellent game so far for USA, as she has scored 9 goals in this tournament so far. Duriarty to Blanchard, in the direction of Blanchard, but it's quickly put out by Spencer as Australia try to press there and win the ball back.
Goal kick for Leah Glazer was slated to wear the number 9 as she would outfield before the tournament started, but has spent more time than number 12 in goal as Blanchard looks left for Northern. Ball never got close to her. Wicket gave it away to Anne-Marie Duriarty. Try and look for an option, rolls across towards Eloise Northern. has given away the free kick, and she is perplexed with that call. And there's a bit of carry on after the whistle. I wonder if she thought that it was going the other way, but it's another penalty for Australia. Caitlin Smith, another chance from the penalty spot. She scores this one. There's the captain's goal that she was after. And there, at the second time of asking from the spot, is the Australian leveller. 2 apiece.
And what a game we have on our hands now, as this second half is well underway. A little bit of confusion with that penalty there, but it is Smith, as Ollie said, that equalises for Australia, and Struyton will be happy with the response.
I don't know about you, I thought I saw the referee point the other way for a USA free kick, did you?
Yeah, I did. I thought there was a bit of confusion, but it seems as though it was Smith that took it. So interesting indeed.
All's well that ends well for Australia, though.
Don't know about you, Ollie, but I feel like this game is far from over. As Bykoff can now go forward. Well, it's Spencer that makes a block, and it's Northern who will take the throw in. A long ball towards Diarate off the head of wicket.
It's an interesting one, but of course you can't score from a throw in. I wonder if the thought was there from the USA defence just to try and let that one go, but better safe than sorry, always the approach there, I reckon.
Absolutely, as Northern puts his ball in. Bykoff with an opportunity, but not enough pace on that ball, as Glazer can now pick up. Wicket to Spencer. Spencer shoots from range, but it's wide.
Shown that her first training camp with the USA only needed Kaya Spencer as that one goes long, and Smith has done it again! Australia's newest hat-trick hero is Caitlin Smith, and for the first time in this Women's World Cup final, Australia have the lead.
Oh my word. Caitlin Smith with another wonderful strike. And Diarate can go forward now. Well, it's Glazer with the safe hands. Smith has been so integral in this tournament, having the confidence to shoot from range, and she's only gone and done it again this game. It's a hat-trick for Smith, and she's a hero so far, but it's a long way to go still, and USA have a lot of quality on the bench as well as on the pitch as well, as Spencer can go forward. Long shot by Bykoff.
Just to repeat off the top, Jude, with Australia in front, feels worth reminding that there's been no Australia team in the past who've won a round ball World Cup. 11 aside, men's, women's, Pararoos never have, the ParaMatildas never have. No youth teams ever have. We're looking for their first ever World Cup at any level. And they are about 16 minutes away, just over, plus stoppages from that, but there is a long, long way to go, as you say.
Yeah, as wicket now looks to go forward, but it's won by Blanchard. Blanchard. Spencer. To Kunal. To Wicket. But good battling. There's Kunal now. There's the ball, but it's Bykov that kicks it out. Spencer battles the ball with Northam. And it's a rolling opportunity as USA might look to their bench in the stages of this game. Gimares to Spencer. Wicket goes forward, but it's booted out confidently by Smith.
Esto es un mundial.
And you've got to watch yourself from everywhere, haven't you? When Caitlin Smith's got the ball at her feet.
You have indeed, as Gimares now has the ball.
And there's a fair few watching from Australia who will be supporting this team as it's forward for Kunal. Lanshaw worried her out of it, and Jesslyn Kunal did well to get back to the ball. It's out of play off the shin of Caitlin Smith and behind for a corner, which Spencer will be over to take. In low, Smith misjudging it and Bykov sending it away. Would have been very interesting had there been a USA player there to turn home, because it was an unguarded goal beckoning for them. Wicket headed forward by Northam and out of play off Wicket. You might be able to hear the adapted "Come on you girls in green" chant. It might not be Australia, just Australia, that's celebrating if the ParaMatildas were to win here. We are still a long way from that. Northam in long and away by Wicket. Back with Australia's number 7, and she's won a corner off Annie Wicket. A corner that she is set to take. Short it goes to Bykov and back to the corner taker. That'll be another one. This time off Kaya Spencer. And the US bench urging their players to communicate here. Northam in again. Spencer. And now the USA should be able to get it away. They can't. Bykov! The ParaMatildas top scorer in their history has maybe just scored her most important for the team. It's a 2-goal lead, and Australia are on the verge of history.
As USA hit the bar straight from the kickoff. It's Australia 4, USA 2. Georgia Bykov extending the lead now, but USA will have an uphill battle from now on as they look to respond quickly from Gimares with the corner. Ball goes in. Goals can happen in quick succession, but Australia in the driving seat at the moment in this World Cup final. Diarate. So, Glazer will look to go long. Blocked out by Blanchard as Spencer might find himself for on goal here, but it's blocked away from Northam. As Diarate can go forward now, find himself in space. Diarate as Wicket gets back. As Spencer takes the throw in towards Kunal. Now Kunal will go forward. Blocked by Blanchard. Long by Spencer. But Smith collects calmly. As Smith goes long, Diarate was stopped in the tracks by Guimaraes, as Glazer can now reposition the ball. Wicket towards Spencer, who takes a shot just wide. As Smith goes long. Just over 10 minutes of normal time to go. As wicket goes long. Blanchard's there first. For Diarate. Diarate has a chance, but it's blocked by Spencer, and Spencer blocks it once again. USA have to keep battling in this final 10 minutes, as Northam can take the roll in, but the referee says, be careful. As Northam goes long. One back by Diarate. But he goes across the face of goal.
I'll tell you what, if this result was to hold, there'd be a large contingent of that grandstand who'd be celebrating. Kuno, prodded behind by Talia Blanchard. How good have they been again in a major tournament final? As Guimaraes will go over to take the corner. The option short, denied initially, but it'll go there to wicket. Blocked by Northam, changed for Australia. Beck Jones, who announced herself on the international stage with a hat-trick on debut, will come on for Talia Blanchard. And as ever, they get a warm reception. Beck Jones on. Won't need to repeat her hat-trick exploits, but is on to try and see his team through to a World Cup final win. Duriati looking down the line, well marshalled by Annie Wicket. As that's out of play, and the USA will bring this back in.
Indeed, as Spencer can now battle with Bykov, but it goes off Bykov, and it will be Spencer to Guimaraes. As Kunal tries to chase the ball, but she'll get a roll in. Long from Kunal towards wicket. As wicket rolls towards Guimaraes, but it's won back by Diarate. Spencer. Courageous block there from Bykov. As Smith now can roll the ball to Northam. Smith. To Guimaraes. Spencer. Shot on goal. But it's Guimaraes that will take the corner. Ball in. Too much pace on that ball, and it goes out for an Australia ball.
And this is where game management is crucial for Australia. You just see Eloise Northam just watching that one over, and will take all the time in the world that she can to bring this one back in. Australia, 5 3/4 minutes away, plus stoppage time, so they'll take every available second if they can try and take a bit off the clock.
Glazer rolls the ball quickly to Kunal, who will look to go forward now. Kunal, shot on goal. Well, it's Smith that collects. You get the sense that every time USA go forward, that Smith seems comfortable, but Gimares wins the ball back now. Chance. Well, it's collected by Smith. The USA head coach provides encouragement in the final stage of this game, as Northam is now on the ball. Bike off, one back by Kunal. And Wicket doesn't get to the ball here, and Diarate finds himself through. Diarate with a chance! Australia extend their lead. It's Australia 5, USA 2. Diarate with a goal in the final stages of this second half. And it was Diarate that found herself through on goal. She was calm, collected, and ensures that it's Australia 5, USA 2.
They're going to be world champions, Jude. Australia going to be world champions.
Let that sink in as Australia prepare in the final stages of this game. Australia have done ever so well in this tournament. Of course, with the heartache of them last time out in 2022, they had a point to prove, and they've gone a long way to proving that point. As it's the final few minutes of this first half. Smith to Bykoff. Goes towards Diarate, but ball rolls out. As there will be a substitution for USA. It will be Spencer that comes off, who will be replaced by Cross. And also Annie Wicket will be replaced by Stankunes. It's a strike, deflected, as Australia get another goal in this World Cup final. Australia 6, USA 2, and Australia are well on their way to being World Cup champions. Will be straight from the centre circle as urgency is needed for USA. Goes long, put too much pace on that ball, and Smith can now collect the ball. As we enter the final stages. Diarate. Kunal. Who takes a chance. Gimares. Just wide there. As Australia look to make a substitution. It will be Georgia Bykoff. who will be replaced by Carly Salmon, Australia's number 1. It is strange to see an outfield player wearing number 1, but that is the number that she has chosen, as sometimes plays in goal as well, as we enter the final stages of this half. Shot deflected.
We're about to see how long we're going to get from Dario Rojas. Anne-Marie Durarati over to take the corner. Prodded in short, there's Beck Jones, just wide. Ever so close. 2 added minutes is what we'll go into. Glazer will roll short. Guimarães. Jones watch it over. Northam towards Durarati. Ball bounces, shot blocked. Jones will pick it up. Out wide towards Anne-Marie Durarati. It'll be a ball in for Jesslyn Kuno. Scored in the final twice 2 years ago. Memories of this day won't be as happy. Durarati with some brilliant skill. Over towards Salmon, who was making the run ahead. She lost it. Chance for Dwella. Let's try and make the way forwards. And just taken away in the end.
It will be Guimarães that takes the corner.
Stankunas just on has got the armband, which is a large honour to bestow to such a young player, as the ball is all the way over and out of play. So a ball in from the side. As it'll be thrown back in short. Towards Stankunas, sees it blocked. Salmon battles once and twice as the ball is seen over towards the corner flag. Northern will take as much time as she can and will roll it in short for Caitlin Smith. Smith over for Beck Jones. Northern. Eyes go towards Shooting Yang, who checks the watch. It's full time! The land down under with a team on top of the world! Australia are Women's World Cup champions!
Australia have made history here at the Salau Football Complex as they celebrate successfully. The team all circle around one another as Australia support floods onto the pitch. It's Australia that are World Cup champions here at the IFCPF Women's World Cup. And what a tournament this has been, and what a game this has been, as Australia are enjoying the history that they are creating in this fine moment here in Salau. As the stadium is silent around the edges of the pitch, but it's Australia that are making the noise. It's been a pleasure to be able to take you through this World Cup final encounter, and it's Australia that are victorious. They always had a point to prove, having lost last time out to USA, and they've proven that point and proven why they are world ranked number 1.
First ever Football World Cup for Australia, for any Australian team. And it's an unbelievable story for this wonderful team. And Jude, you told it so well. You said it so well, how much this team have done and how much this means for them. So congratulations to you on this World Cup, and congratulations to that team out there.
Indeed, congratulations to that team. It's been an absolute pleasure to be able to take you through this IFCPF Women's World Cup. As someone with cerebral palsy, It's been an absolute privilege and an absolute pleasure to be part of this World Cup here in Salau. Cerebral palsy football is in a good place, and this team on the pitch, Australia, is in a fine place. The first ever Australian team making fine history as the team go and embrace their supporters. They've been here all along, these fans, always making support, always making their voices heard. And it's those that get to enjoy this moment with the players and their team.
Of course, there's two sides to every coin though, Jude, isn't there? Those Australian fans can celebrate with their players, but for the fans of the United States of America and those players, of course, so many of them won that World Cup 2 years ago, but this one, even for those players, will hurt so much. It's always a tough one for any team to lose. Someone's got to lose, and the United States of America with that team today, they fought hard all World Cup, but in the end they weren't good enough in the tournament. They are a model side though for any team around women's cerebral palsy football. They have been the benchmark across the early part of women's cerebral palsy football, and it's right to acknowledge them for how well they've done in this World Cup, in the one previous, and in setting the standard for those to try and follow. Because make no mistake, Jude, Australia were trying to reach the standard set by the US. The US were the gold standard in this sport, and the Australian team had to go up and match that and beat that. Today and across this tournament they did, but that would have given them so much motivation losing 2 years ago to try and turn the tide, and they have done that.
Yeah, absolutely. So much motivation from this Australian side, but USA, commiserations, as the captain, Cassidy Leak, is embracing her players. It'll be tough. It will hurt for USA, but they can be proud of their achievements, proud of making the final once again. And as you say, Ollie, they were the benchmark, and they should be really, really proud of that.
Getting ready for the presentations, you'll have the dulcet tones of Jude Aston for that too. But Jude, we've talked about both teams. Of course, you've joined the IFCPF family over this World Cup. It has been a pleasure to commentate alongside you, and you've done a wonderful job all tournament and across the men's as well. How's this moment for you? We've spoken about the players. How's this moment briefly for you? Because it's a massive one for you to call in a World Cup, and you've done so well across this tournament, and you deserve the chance to commentate through this in a World Cup final as well.
Thank you, Ollie. It's been an absolute pleasure, and one that will live with me forever. An experience of a lifetime, an experience and an opportunity that I will cherish forever. As someone with cerebral palsy, it's been an absolute honour to be alongside you, Ollie. You've taught me so much, and to have an all cerebral palsy commentary lineup here at the IFCPF Women's World Cup has been an absolute honour. So thank you for allowing me to share this with you.
No problem.
It's been an absolute pleasure and privilege.
We've got some pyrotechnics here as well as we get set for the presentation. I'm just going to leave this all to Jude, who has been the voice of this Women's World Cup. And Jude, soak this moment in. From you on out, this is all you.
So, it will be the ceremony that concludes this World Cup. So, as we have the ceremony, it will be just a few final things to conclude before we get underway.
Buenas tardes a todos y a todas, a todas y a todos. Bienvenidos a la ceremonia de entrega de medallas de la 2024 Women's World Cup. Esta segunda Copa del Mundo de la Historia disputada de nuevo aquí en Salou ha sido apasionante. Apasionante. ¿Lo he dicho bien? Y ha sido un placer, me dirijo a las futbolistas, ha sido un placer veros jugar, veros luchar y demostrar el gran nivel de fútbol que tenéis. Gracias a todos los que lo habéis hecho posibles. Y ahora me refiero a jugadoras. Un aplauso. Staff. Aplauso al staff. Staff. A los fans. Árbitros, clasificadores, también aplausos para ellos. Y voluntarios, como no, los voluntarios, un aplauso, organización y sponsor. Este fuerte aplauso es para todos vosotros.
Yeah, big applause also for families, players, and also for the volunteers, staff, classifiers, and referees that help us to help this tournament. Thank you.
Ahora damos la bienvenida a las autoridades que nos han querido acompañar en esta World Cup y que harán entrega de las medallas y trofeos. Por parte de la International Federation of CP Football, Mr. Jan Ein Evers, president, y Mr. Ashley Hammond, el CEO. ¿No está por aquí? Ok. Por parte de la Federación Española de Deportes para Personas con Parálisis Cerebral y Daño Cerebral Adquirido, don Julián Rebollo, su presidente. Julián, por favor. Por parte de la Federación Esportiva Catalana de Personas amb lesió cerebral, don Carles Muñoz, president. Y por parte de la Generalitat de Cataluña, Georgina Pol, secretaria de Igualtats. Y también nos acompaña por parte del Ayuntamiento de Salou, el señor Héctor Máiquez, regidor y vicepresidente del Patronato de Turismo. Antes de dar los premios, vamos a escuchar a las autoridades que quieren dedicar unas palabras a estos 5 grandes equipos para cerrar esta gran World Cup 2024.
Yeah, we will now listen to the authorities' words. The president of the IFCPF will start. Your hand, please.
Thank you. Dear distinguished guests and all members of CP Football, and of course, special for you, dear teams. You did an extended job this week. On behalf of the International Federation of CP Football, I would like to thank the local organization committee of Spain for hosting this wonderful CP Football tournament in Salou. You have set the bar high with your world-class facilities, fantastic tournament, organization, and more than enthusiastic volunteers. Muchas gracias for the volunteers. When I was watching the matches this week, I couldn't help but notice how almost every match was good and the play was very exciting to watch. Our players are becoming more competitive every year. This is a testament to a high level of commitment to our sport. We hope you have been inspired by our sport and that you will support all the female teams for the next tournaments, and hopefully we'll see you all back in the World Cup in 2026. I also would like to thank to our communication team for your support and great commentary on the well-organized live stream. Thank you, technical delegates. Thanks to the international and national referees and our classifiers for their dedication and professionalism. I hope everyone joined this experience here at this World Cup. Thank you for coming, and spectators, you were the best spectators in the world. It was from Denmark, for Japan, for USA, for Australia, but especially the Irish. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, LOC, both FED-PC and FEC-PC, the residents of Salau, the LOC, and finally I would like to give a little gift to Julian Reballo, the president of FIDPC. Can you give me the gift, please? Because he did a terrific job here in Spain and Salau. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Muchos gracias.
Pues muchas gracias al señor presidente. Le voy a pasar ahora el testigo, el micro, a don Julián Rebollo, presidente de la Federación Española de Parálisis Cerebral.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Congratulations for the participants. Congratulations for the team Australia, Estados Unidos, US, Ireland. Family, thank you very much. Volunteers, classifier, referees, Spanish Federation is gratitude. Most, thank you very much and the Generalitat de Catalunya, Ayuntament de Salou, Federación Palsi, Catalan Federación Palsi, your president Carles Muñoz, and PC Football for the organization in Spain, Salou, Tarragona, Spain. Good return. Thank you very much. The next tournament. Thank you.
Y ahora vamos a pasar el micro a la señora Georgina Pol, secretaria de Igualtat de la Generalitat de Catalunya.
Hi, congratulations. Thank you for inviting me, the government of Catalonia. It's a pleasure here. All the players are given their best, and it's a pride to see you on the pitch. Congratulations all the teams, and especially the winning team, Australia. And two message. Promoting sport feminism is a key in our society. It's very important. And promoting inclusive sport is an obligation in our society. It's very important too. And are two items very important for us. All the players are example for us, and congratulations.
Muchas gracias, Georgina. Y ahora llega un momento muy esperado. Vamos a entregar un trofeo muy especial que encarna el espíritu de equipo y los valores de fútbol. El trofeo Respect. Y el trofeo Respect que reconoce al equipo con un mejor comportamiento dentro y fuera del campo.
The MVP goes to Heather Jamieson. Captain it, her country at the first World Cup. It set an incredible example for her teammates. Scored a total of 16 goals throughout the tournament, including a brace in the bronze medal, might to contribute to her team winning.
Y ahora vamos a darle el trofeo a la mejor bajo palos del mundo. Un seguro de vida para la selección. El trofeo a la mejor portera. Best Goalkeeper es para Mai Ota.
Japanese in here, but Mai Ota faced a high number of shots throughout the entire tournament and made a high amount of saves, keeping the other teams out a number of times. We will keep the prize for him, for her, sorry, and give it to him later. Thank you.
Le voy a explicar. Ha habido un error, ¿ok? No pasa nada, todo el mundo se equivoca. Ahora lo vamos a explicar. Nos hemos equivocado, ¿eh? Lo explico. Hemos empezado que le íbamos a dar el premio de Respect al mejor equipo y hemos dicho que era Eder Jamieson. Y Eder Jamieson, que tiene un buen equipo, muy bueno, no es el premio al mejor equipo. Ahora lo voy a decir. Intenta explicarle los que le he dicho en inglés.
Simply there was a mistake. So on the when we were talking about the Respect Award, and we say later Heather was the MVP for the tournament, we wanted to see actually that Denmark has the Respect Award because of their participation. They turn up to every game, prepared and put all their effort in. Despite the score lines, they continue to support each other and make a good effort against every team. They played despite facing numerous injuries and never once became aggressive or agitated towards their own players or the opposition. So that award goes to them. Thank you, Denmark. Come, please.
Bueno, pues ahí recibe Denmark, un equipo, el trofeo respeto, el trofeo que le asegura como el mejor equipo. Ahora, un momento, que ahora voy a hacer una cosa, le voy a pedir que me dé el premio y le vamos a dar el MVP a la mejor, porque esto no lo hemos dicho. ¿Continuamos a la medalla? Vale. Denmark, nos hacemos una foto. Is the photo. Madre mía, qué inglés que tengo. De foto de picture. Yo creo que este equipo se merece otro fuerte aplauso. ¡Aplauso para ellas, por favor! ¡Venga! Y ahora ya solo queda lo más importante, lo que todos estamos esperando. Es momento de condecorar a los 3 mejores equipos de esta World Cup. Pero antes vamos a reconocer a quienes se han encargado de brindar justicia en esta gran final. Creo que han marchado, pero yo pido un fuerte aplauso para los árbitros. Por favor, fuerte el aplauso para los árbitros. Y ahora sí, en el podio de esta World Cup llamamos en primer lugar a un equipo que lo ha dado todo y que se ha hecho con este tercer puesto esta mañana en un vibrante partido en su primera Copa del Mundo y con la grada llena de aficionados.
The third position goes to Ireland. Please come in.
Ahí se están haciendo la foto de rigor. Ireland, un gran equipo, han luchado, han peleado, auténticas leonas del césped, claro que sí. Yo voy a pedir otro 9, fuerte aplauso, aplauso para Ireland, ¡vamos, vamos! ¡Oe, oe, oe! En segundo lugar, second, han perdido la final, pero pueden estar muy orgullosas del torneo que han hecho, del gran juego que han desplegado y de la dedicación que han mostrado. Recibamos como se merece a las subcampeonas del mundo, USA. USA también un equipo, un team muy bueno, han luchado en esa final, lo han intentado, pero es que el equipo campeón ha estado soberbio. Ahí está. Vamos a darle también un aplauso. Vamos, 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 vamos. ¡Aplausos! USA, USA, USA. Y el momento que tanto han esperado estas jugadoras y que muchas otras sueñan con vivir algún día. Señoras y señores, es el momento de coronar a las mejores del mundo. ¡Que vibre el estadio para las flamantes campeonas del mundo de World Champions, Australia! Ahí está entregando el presidente el trofeo como campeonas del mundo. Ahí está Australia. World Champions, Champions World, campeonas del mundo, Australia. Bueno, y entre estos aplausos del público, el cuerpo técnico, las jugadoras, ha sido todo un placer disfrutar del mejor fútbol PC del mundo y ver crecer la competición femenina. Thank you very much, Australia, Denmark, Irland, Japan y USA, por regalarnos este gran mundial femenino. A los fans, a los supports, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much. Y ahora sí, nos vamos, nos despedimos. Fue todo un placer. Todo el mundo. ¡Oe, oe, oe, oe! ¡Oe, oe, oe! Pues nada, os dejamos, nos vamos. Fue un placer.